Well, good morning. Early morning again. It's 4:30 a.m. It is a Monday morning in January. It is the 15th, and right now we're sitting on 5 degrees. 5. Count the degrees on one hand. 5. It's cold. Puppy still goes out in it, though. At least he's not refusing to go. I keep telling him he's going to freeze his tootsies off, but he keeps heading out. As you can see, I got one corner done. That's it. Right there and there. The little birds. Some of the red rhinestones for the berries. The pine cones. And now I'm working on some more of the pine tree. I'm going a little bit slower on this because I enjoy it so much. Some of the other ones I kind of take off pretty fast, but I am so enjoying putting the drills on this. It's like the one thing I noticed with Craftably as opposed to Diamond Art or any of the budget friendlies, even Dreamer, the glue on this, it doesn't, you put a drill down, you set it down, and it stays there. Stays there. It doesn't slide over to the left, right, up, down. I don't go back later and go, oh, well, it moved. You know, I mean, I straighten them anyway. I don't find myself constantly pushing and, you know, trying to straighten them. They stay. So I am so pleased with Craftably. I keep checking their site every couple days just to see if, you know, there's something they're coming up with. Like I said, I'm still crossing my fingers that in the next month or so they start, you know, filling up their inventory. Today, I have my daughter's got her yearly gynecologist, you know, for lack of a better word, to go to. Thank goodness. Well, my car is going to need cleaned off. It's pretty covered because we did get we didn't get tons of snow, but we got quite a bit. Trying to see if there's more of these. I'll probably miss some areas of these drills, but anyhow, I have to clean the car off, and thank goodness her doctor is just down the street. You know, it makes it seem like where I live at, that I'm, you know, in a highly populated area, and, you know, there's businesses all over the place and everything. I'm in what they would call like a suburb little area, and within probably a mile and a quarter from me is a huge mall, and and there's office buildings, you know, near there and stuff. If I had to, we could walk to the drugstore because it's just down the block, and oh gosh, I got a drill in here. We could walk down the block to the drugstore. We could even walk to her doctor's office if we really, you know, wanted to walk. So it's we're pretty well located that if gosh forbid that my car would break down, we could get to a few places, you know, that we normally travel to. But now the grocery store, Aldi's is not that far either. They're closer to the mall, so it's not too far away. But I sure don't want to lug and tote, you know, a month's worth of groceries home. I'd need a pack mule for that. So, something I noticed, and I've had this pen, like I said, switching topics, but I've had this pen for like a year and didn't even notice that it's a glow in the dark. You can probably see right here where there's some green. It looks like a green coloring. That's what glows. It glows there, and it glows down in here. And here, I didn't even notice. I did not even notice until the other night. Other morning rather, I was diamond painting, and I shut the lights out, and I had the pen in my hand, and I went, holy gosh, it's glowing. It's not real bright or anything. It reminds me of a real dull glow stick. So I didn't even know it glowed in the dark. So what's everybody else, you know, how much snow has y'all have gotten? It's too cold to snow right now, of course. So no telling how much more we're going to get. I don't think we're going to get dumped as bad. I just think that the temperatures are going to be really cold. I think that's what's going to happen. We're going to get more frozen than snow. So, I mean, it's perfect weather. It's perfect weather to be sitting inside, not going anywhere. But, you know, daughter has the doctor appointment tomorrow, and then Tuesday, I believe that's her physical therapy. I think she has 2 or 3 different doctor's appointments this week. She has the one on Monday, then Tuesday for the therapy. I don't remember which day it is this week for her neurologist, then another appointment for her physical therapy. So it's like run this week, and I hate it when the weather is so bad. And I told her, I said, if it gets too icy and it gets, you know, too cold, we're going to cancel it. It's not like we can't make it up the following week. Oh, I think this week she has an appointment too. I think it's this week, or it might be next week, with her surgeon for them to do another x-ray and see how her ankle has healed. And I suspect he may then say, okay, you know, you only need this much more physical therapy. I don't know if it is up to him or the therapist, you know, themselves. I really don't know. It depends on how long the doctor set the therapy up for it. If he set it up for 3 months at a time, or, you know, 6 months, I don't know. Because they said that depending on how she heals, even with or without physical therapy, it could probably take up to a year of her walking on her ankle and such to possibly get rid of the limp. She may still have a slight limp, which is no big deal. I mean, she seems to be walking pretty good. She's still a little stiff-legged. She seems like she's walking a little stiff-legged, like she can't, you know, bend the ankle up like you normally do. So, Yesterday, puppy ate some more paper towel. He loves paper, and he got hold of a paper towel that my daughter had sitting on the coffee table, which I've told her about that, and he got a hold of it. She's chasing him down. Got most of it, but he swallowed some of it, so I figured, like I keep telling her, well, he eats a little bit of paper towel, so when he goes out to take a poop, he can wipe his own butt. So, you know, maybe that's his idea anyway. Because there's times he'll go out to take a poop, and he freaks out if it gets stuck, or, you know, it doesn't drop off as fast as he thinks it should, and he runs like a shot trying to run away from the poop. And still, if he farts, I seen it on seen a cartoon thing on Facebook. I don't remember it. I wish I would have at least written down the comment under the cartoons about, they're saying, you know, there's dogs that, you know, pass gas and it doesn't affect them, or one of them thinks it's this or that. Well, he's the one where he thinks his butt's attacking him. It doesn't matter if he has a silent fart or he has a squeaky fart or whatever. He runs. He'll be laying here sound asleep, and I've seen him do it, and he'll pass gas, and he just leaps up and straight off the sofa, out front of the blanket, gone, and then keeps looking back at his butt like his butt did something to him. I have no idea what his issue is. It's like he thinks that back half of him is a foreigner or something. It just, you know, they're after him. I don't know what his issue is. It's foreign to him. I don't think he knows it belongs to him. So, and he's trying to get the kitty to play with him. My daughter was sitting on her bed this morning. Well, yesterday morning, and he goes running in there. He saw that Angel was up on the bed, so he comes running back into the living room, grabs one of his toys, jumps up on the bed, and throws it right in the cat's face. Now, needless to say, Angel was not impressed. She hissed at him, but she didn't move. And I said, Liam, she doesn't want that toy. Well, he must have thought, oh, she doesn't want that one. So he ran back in the living room, grabbed another one, came back, and threw that one in her face. And she just hissed at him, looked at him, and he dropped the toy. The toy fell off the edge of the bed, and they stuck their noses together. They went nose to nose. She didn't hiss, he didn't snap, nothing. And then part of the issue is Angel is 4 years old, 3 or 4 years old, and she's a very calm and timid cat. She's not real hyperactive unless she's got a little bit of catnip in her. Then she'll run from one end to the other and run back and forth and tease him. She'll stick her paws through the gate, because we'll put the gate up at times because sometimes we just don't want him in there running through there, and so she can relax and lay where she wants to lay without interference. And when she's got a buzz on, she'll come hauling butt down the hallway and shove her paw through the gate and smack at him, tease him, and she knows he can't come and get her. And he is hyper. And since she's a very calm and timid cat, it freaks her out. Now, if it would have been our Milo, who passed a couple years ago, if it would have been Milo, he would have laid that puppy out a long time ago. I mean, right now, that puppy would have been, cat food. But, you know, it's Angel, and she just doesn't, she doesn't tolerate, you know, his antics. And he loves her kitty tree. He keeps going in the tube part. She doesn't like that. We have to keep him out of it because he likes to shred carpet, at least on the kitty tree. I'm waiting until he figures out how to jump up on that kitty tree and go after her on the kitty tree, because that's her safety zone when she really doesn't want to be messed with. She'll jump up there and look out the window, and, you know, that's her comfort area. So, what's everybody else diamond painting? I mean, you guys comment, you know, and you comment on what I'm doing and everything else. Let me know what you're all painting. You know, it's nice to know that, you know, maybe while I'm diamond painting, you're diamond painting, or, hey, maybe you're just washing dishes and, like I said, listening to, you know, white noise. I don't even know what the temperature is going to be today. I used to always look, you know, when I knew I was going someplace, doing things and everything, and I probably still should now, but I happen to catch it on occasion, you know, just out of curiosity, like, okay, how cold is it really going to get today, and are we going to get more snow? And it's only January, so for a while there, I thought we were going to get away with something here in Ohio, because everybody else around us were getting dumped on, and, you know, all kinds of ice storms and wet and snow and their lake effect and all that. You know, okay, we're not doing too bad. A little bit of snow, it disappeared next day. 41 degrees overnight. Hey, cool. No. I mean, didn't even have a white Christmas. So now I figure January, February, and since I feel like it's coming in later, it's going to go a little longer. Heck, if the weather is true to form like it was last year, winter will probably, you know, head into spring, and we'll get snow instead of rain, you know. Who knows? The weather is changing, you know, so fast, so much. But let's see. What else have I done? I said before, I rearranged some things, moved some stuff around to make more room for a neater area for my diamond painting. I'm in a very small room, and you know, I got to go through some of the boxes and get rid of some of the little things that I have that, you know, I kept hanging on to, little green trays, and I got rid of all the pink pens. I keep all the tips. But I throw away the green or the pink and whatever colored pens. I get rid of them. There's just no way, you know, I can hang on to those. I know some people use them and build things, make things. Number one, I don't think I'm that creative. And number two, I'm in a small mobile home, smaller mobile home. I don't need more stuff. You know, the one thing I do like about mobile homes, I grew up in a mobile home. And, you know, until I was, let's see, and I wasn't in a mobile home park when I was a kid. We were on our own, you know, own little patch of land type thing. until I was about, I don't know, 10, I think. You know, then my mom bought a house, and we lived in a house. The one thing I do like about a mobile home, when you have to live in one or whatever, they make use of every little nook and cranny. I mean, there is storage space everywhere. Not big, not huge, you know, but they fit it in, you know, so that you have storage. Now, I wish I had a bigger kitchen. That's the one thing I always loved about some of the other homes that I lived in, was the sizes of the kitchens. I loved a large kitchen, you know, so that I could have like a center island and lots of counter space. And it has to be a man who built, you know, some of the kitchens for these homes. Because if a woman did, number one, she'd have a zillion plugs. I mean, there'd be way more plugs than they allow. Because they always say you put a plug, electrical plug in, one every 10 feet, I think it is. 8 to 10 feet. At least that's the way it used to be. I don't know how they, you know, size things up now. And there's never enough plugs. Ladies, you know darn well there are never enough plugs in your kitchen. Never. A lot of times there's not enough in your living room either. In the room that I'm in right now, I've got 2 plugs. 2. There's one in the bathroom, but, you know, that's over there. That's over there. I'm over here. I finally had the electrician that I hired come in, well, the handyman, and put in extra plug and a couple switches on my counter, but I still don't have enough. Because on my counter, I only have, I think I have 4 on my counter. It's a smaller, you know, kitchen, smaller counter. But, you know, and that's on my counter, and then I have 2 on the opposite wall. I need at least 1 more. You know, 1 more set. But I suppose if I started telling them, hey, I want this socket and this light and this way, I'd have to change out my electrical box, you know, and update it and upgrade it, and I'm not going there. So I make do, but I love having a large kitchen. And but I was saying, you know, besides the plugs that men don't seem to put enough in when they are building a house, is some of the houses I have had, older homes, there was no window in front of the sink. I was staring at a wall. You know, I mean, come on, if you're going to stand there and do dishes, or stand there and, you know, cut your veggies and whatever you're doing right there by the sink, put a window there so I can at least be entertained while I'm standing there. You know, I didn't have one in that big old home that I had. There was no window. So at that time there was a, home interior, I think they were called. They used to sell just to have house parties, just like Tupperware. And I bought a painting that had cutouts, and it would look like a window. It looked like it was a window, and it showed a farm scene, you know, a barn, you know, and a tractor sitting there, like you were looking out your window and you could see your barn and tractor and such. And that's what I put, you know, over my sink. I mean, it was huge. It was big like a window. And that helped. At least there was something to look at. Some people I know, they stick a mirror. I don't want to see myself first thing in the morning. when I'm coming down for a cup of coffee, and I'm over by the sink. No, no, thank you very much. But I've seen them do that, hang a mirror. So, let's see. Oh, and I want, sometime this year, I have got to get my backsplash for my kitchen. Last year I painted that kitchen. It took me a month to paint my kitchen, and it took me longer than that to get the color I wanted. But anyhow, I painted the kitchen, and I want to get a backsplash, just the cheaper, the peel and stick. But I want something that's harder plastic, sturdier. And I've seen them at Home Depot and at Lowe's, and I can do it myself. That's no big deal. So I think what I'm going to do, rather than, I will invest in some diamond painting eventually, in months and months to come. But I think I'm going to start where once a month, as long as I know it's not going to be discontinued, and then I'll have enough, buy a packet or two of the backsplash that I want, and every month buy a little bit, and then hopefully by the end of summer or in the fall sometime or whatever, I'll have enough, and I'll go ahead and start putting up my backsplash so I can have that done, and then my kitchen will be finished. That's the only thing it's waiting for is backsplash. So that's a home project. Any of you doing any home projects? Anything that you've been putting off because you either saving up the money for it, or you been putting it off because it's just one job you just don't want to do if you don't have to. I've learned a lot of doing things for myself, doing my own repairs. Some repairs I can do, some nope, I have to hire the handyman because I can't do it. I've been here 20 years, and I think I have replaced, and I keep buying a good one and I don't understand it, but I have replaced the interior guts to 2 toilets several times. That's the puppy. Several times I've done that. They, they're ballless. They don't have the ball, and but I keep replacing them. And what did I had a small leak at the bottom of one of my toilets where the nuts go in, where the tank attaches to the bowl itself. So I had, that was a few months ago, and so I had to undo that, take that off and buy new washers and everything. And the toilet's not that old. You can look at it, and, it's not that old of a toilet, but I can't figure it out. I can't figure out why I'm constantly having to, probably because we have hard water. That may be an issue. That may be a problem. Puppy came back in. He realized it's too cold in the other room. So he came back in here to get back under the blanket. Unless he went in to get a drink of water and came back. But yeah, I've done that. I've replaced, faucets and, floor tiles, and I've laid down carpets. It comes down to, either not having a man around the house who is capable of doing it, or it comes down to what you can afford. If you can't afford to pay someone, you do it yourself. My mother used to do that. She did her own wiring. And, you know, if something didn't work, she'd sit there and take it apart. And if it, excuse me, if it was something like needing resoldering or she'd do it. Because it's what you could afford. And, you know, so I figure, hey, you know, do it. You know, all it can do is not work after you've messed with it and it didn't work to begin with. So, you know, give it a shot. I am just so loving this painting. As far as the drills are going on. I mean, you can see that's straight. You know, there's a few of them of the way I placed them. You know, you put them on and they're there. I mean, you know, I just Craftably, I'm telling you, I love your glue, your rendering. I don't know what it is, but boy, I'm telling you, I put them down and they don't do that skating. That's what some of the people call, you know, skating across. I don't know, maybe it's cold in here. But no, I have to give credit, you know, to Craftably. That's it. I mean, it's good. So, but yeah, is there any home projects y'all plan on doing this year? Any new paintings you really want to buy? What are you painting now? You know, how many paintings do y'all feel that, you know, or would like to get done this year? You know, how many you got in your stash that you want to, you know, you want to do so many a month? Or I know I'm asking a lot of questions. You know, do you have themes? Do you do theme painting? Or, you know, the only reason why this one probably seems like a theme because it's when I could get it. If I would have bought this a while back, I would have painted it, you know, summertime, fall. I don't care. It's the gnome, and it's what I wanted to paint. I don't particularly care one way or another if I'm doing a theme painting or not, unless somebody asks me, you know, and saying, hey, are you going to paint, you know, and then I'll look through it and say, okay, yeah, all right, I'll paint that. But I'm not a theme painter. I paint what moves me. It's just like with this, I don't know what I'm going to paint after this. I don't know. I mean, I know I'll do my March gnomes for St. Patrick's. But as far as, you know, anything else, I don't know. I haven't went through, you know, and really looked, you know, what I want to paint. So we'll just have to see, you know, unless anybody's got a suggestion, you know. It also too depends on, well, I could do that, you know, hoarder one from Diamond Art. I don't know. It just depends. I may do, I'll probably end up doing something from one of the PR packages if it shows up in time, you know, or around the right time. We'll have to see what shows up and when. So, you know, like I said, it's cold. It isn't going to get much warmer. It's still 5 degrees, and that's, you know, earlier it was, I think we were in double digits. I think it was a 10 or 11 degree, and then it just slowly dropped right down to where we're sitting on, you know, 5 right now. So, well, not sure what else to talk about. I'll probably think about it after I get off here. That's usually what happens. What did I have? Oh, yesterday for supper, and then I'll end this thingy and stuff. Like I said, I try to stay away from carbs, which pretty much I do. But yesterday I wanted a little bit of rice. I probably had maybe a half a cup's worth. But I made it almost like a risotto, except it wasn't, you know, because it wasn't the risotto thingies. It was just plain white rice. And I made a cup's worth in my rice cooker. And then I took it out and I put a little bit of olive oil in the pan, which I only cook with olive oil. That's it. I only do anything with olive oil or sesame oil. That's the only two oils I use. I even use olive oil sometimes as a dressing on my salads. A little bit of olive oil and a tiny bit of salt. Perfect. And I only use Giarusa. I love Giarusa. So anyway, and I cut up some fresh mushrooms, put those in the pan, let them saute a little bit. Then I threw in my rice, cooked that around a little bit, took a tiny bit of chicken stock, only not stock, it's the kind that, it's by Giarusa too, and it's caked in a jar. I know you've probably seen it. So it's like powdered, but so took a little bit, mixed with water, put that in there to give it a little flavor, and then took a little bit of Parmesan cheese that I grated. I grated some Parmesan cheese, put a little bit of that in there, and a little tiny bit of cream, whipping cream, heavy cream, and cooked that. Oh man, I had a half a cup of it because my daughter got the other half a cup. A half a cup, along with a tiny little round steak, cheapy little round steaks that I make in that little Foreman grill I have. And we had some peas. Oh my gosh, was that rice ever so good. I mean, when you don't get it, you know, for a long time, and you eat some of it, eat something you've not had, oh man. You know, maybe it was good because I hadn't had it in a long time. Who knows? But it turned out really good. I loved it. And I think I'd like to try it with that palm stuff. But I have to wait till next month to go to the grocery store, and I'm going to go down the aisle and try to find it in the rice form. So, yep, been on here long enough, babbled my brains out. And yes, it is a whip and sip because I do have my coffee. This is the instant. Oh, geez. The instant Folger one. I can never think of it, but that black ice, I think that's what that was called. But yeah, in the percolated. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is the Noir instant, and that black ice. Oh my gosh, that black ice in that coffee pot that my mom got me. I put in 2 to 4 scoops for 5 cups of water, and I am telling you, yes, that coffee will stand on its own, but oh my gosh, it is so good. No bitter taste, nothing. I love it. So, if it's cold where you're at, get something warm to drink. Bundle up if you're going out. Please be safe. Please be careful. If you've got warm weather, hey, send it this way, y'all. you know, put it in a box, ship it off. I'll be waiting. Because it is, we've got winter. It's here. So y'all have a good one. Have a good Monday. Don't work too hard. Love you all. And I see I got 400 subscribers. Oh my God. Oh my God. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to all of you. If there's something you want to see, tell me. You know, you showed up. I'm here. So, hugs to you all. Love you. Have a good Monday. Have a good beginning to your week. And I'll get back to you as soon as possible. So, DP Crazy Lady, I'm out.